yourself where we are and what's happening.
Sure. Hello everyone, my name's Christian. We're at the British Hotel in the just outside the dining room, and I run the chess club and have been doing so for about 3 years now.
How often does it run and what time?
Sure. We run it every Wednesday, starting at 6 o'clock, going to approximately 8 to 8:30. Everyone is welcome, from people who are starting, from complete beginners to more advanced players. We basically live on gold coin donations, just to make sure we can replace pieces and batteries for the chess clocks and other things like that. And yeah, everyone is welcome from around the Meander Valley area.
What do you love about chess?
Good question. I think mainly about just the fact that you really have to think your way through things. You have to, somebody once said, I don't know who it was, once said, only chess players can see the future. I don't know who it was, but I like that idea that basically you have to be able to see what's coming ahead of you in order to be able to play well. And a good benefit for everyone from young to old.
How long have you been playing?
My father taught me many years ago when I was a little fella, about 7 or 8 years of age, but I didn't really have anyone to play against, so I neglected it, but picked it up again in about 10 years ago, give or take, just watching a few YouTube videos, and effectively took it more seriously over time, started getting some books, tactical books and other things like that, and then effectively the internet explosion of chess, which took place over the COVID times, 2020 and beyond. I really got into it far more seriously and been teaching chess to primary school age children for a few years, amongst other things. So.
What can you talk a bit about that program?
Yeah, it was in Melbourne. It was originated by one of Australia's grandmasters, a man called Deloraine Johansen, who I worked with. Australia only has a handful of grandmasters, and he's been one of the strongest players that the country's ever had. And he had a program based in Melbourne, and it was in primary schools and some secondary schools where children after school time would be in groups from beginning level to intermediate to obviously advanced groups, and tactical puzzles were presented and other challenges were presented, and then the children would play off against each other, and it was rated as how well they played, and you just tried to give them advice on how to get a little bit better. And yeah, some very strong players have come out of that program.
Would you look at doing something like that here as well? Is that something that you would think about, or?
Yeah, certainly. If the opportunity presented itself, I'd certainly be happy to do some more of that. I have 1 or 2 private students that I do take up in Launceston, homeschool children, who I've been teaching for a term or 2 now, and they were complete beginners, and yeah, but they've been one-on-one students, and yeah, they've advanced quite a long way.
You've recently had some competitions. Can you talk about that?
Yep. We have been running competitions after about 6 months of the Deloraine Chess Club being alive and going. We started having regular Wednesday, first of every Wednesday, first Wednesday of every month. We would have small contests where the chess clocks were involved, where each player had 10 minutes each. And effectively it would be a round robin situation, so we might have about 5 rounds, and basically we'd keep a record of who's been winning and who's doing well, and effectively at the end of the year we find out who's won the most tournaments, and that person is awarded the opportunity to be engraved on the official chess championship trophy plate. And we've had some very worthy winners over the last couple of years, so it's been good fun.
Very good. And how many people roughly come each Wednesday?
It can vary. We can have small numbers, like maybe 2 or 3, but then it could be as high as a dozen. I think the most we ever had was 14 or 15 one particular time. So it can vary. Again, age levels, ability levels, all sorts of variety of people turn up. Yeah, there's always a chance for me to help anybody if they do need any, but the reality is when you get a good number of people, it tends to be that they end up feeding off one another. They help each other, they give each other ideas and thoughts about good moves, tactics, ideas, so on and so forth. So it becomes sort of self-promoting and self-working, basically.